What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It's motherfucking Monday. And as always, my fucking guest host from them streets of Toronto, Dino the Genetic Marvel.
Bro, yeah. I always like with this face, people are like, oh yeah, okay. And I'm like, no, I'm not from the streets. I grew up in a suburb with no problems whatsoever. It was great. It was yeah.
Don't let him lie to you. He in them streets.
I mean, technically I was knocking on doors, but it's not what you think. That's
would you can I speak to you about our dear Lord Jesus Christ?
Would you like to speak about Jesus?
You know, Jesus was a Native American.
Oh, bro.
Oh, fuck. So,
yes.
Some interesting things happened over the weekend.
I mean, there's some new open real estate. It just needs a little bit of love and care, just a little cleanup.
I hear there's a few pieces of big shards of glass left.
Bro, this is like, look, this is the frustrating part is that up until what, 200 years ago, if something happened, you'd eventually hear about it, but we're not involved. Whereas now with news and social media and everything, everyone's right, like eye on the camera, just, whoa, what's happening? What's that? And you're like, hey, you still have your whole life to live. Just don't worry about it. It's not your problem.
What up, Greg?
Yeah.
Well, see, what I saw over the weekend was the ICE protest stopped. You don't hear anybody bitching about ICE. Didn't hear anything about Palestine. What I did hear though is that fuckwit Zelensky is demanding the Europe, like demanding all the not just one country, demanding Europe to give up 25% of their GDP to them to build weapons.
I mean, it's better than ask for 50, I guess. That's you know.
The balls on this dickweed, dude.
It's very it's aggressively retarded, and I don't understand what thought process. Like, look, you and I are a little older. We've seen a lot of things, talked to a lot of people, you know, had experiences, but my never-ending confusion. I ask people, like, can you connect those dots? Because I don't understand. And they're like a deer in headlights.
Dots anymore to connect.
They're just not.
Yeah. You know, somebody opened a glitter bomb.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, yeah, and it wasn't a glitter bomb. It was just dog shit. It was filled with dog shit, covered everybody, and yeah, with a little glitter at the end just to make you feel important.
And the crazy thing is, like, these libtards, fucking, at least they had a little bit to stand on with the whole ICE protest or whatever.
Sure.
But I mean, Iran, really? And then, you know, the fact that these idiots out here are like, Trump took us into World War III, and you know, he can't do that without Congress. All right, little bit of education for idiots who can't even fucking Google. Trump did not declare war. Trump had 3 bombers go out and take out 3 targets.
Yeah.
And they came back home. Now, I did see an idiot last night post. I'm not going to say her name, but she posted this post that said, Hillary was right, Kamala was right. Maybe we should listen to a woman next time. Okay, so yeah, I just want to say, you are correct. Hillary was right and Kamala was right because they both said they were going to fucking bomb Iran.
Yeah.
So
Why?
yeah, they were right. They were right. And as far as the Trump doing this or that, nobody said nothing about the Obama. I forget what the numbers. I don't remember if it was 1,200 or 12,000 fucking bombs got dropped from Obama, and he told people, yep, we did this and we did this, and everybody was cool with it. Old Dirty Joe just left our shit there.
Well, let's see here. In 2016, America dropped. Hold on, let's see here. Let me see because. Okay, so in 2000, this is on Reddit. Okay, I just Googled it. In 2016, America dropped at least 26,171 bombs authorized by President Barack Obama. This means that every day in 2016, the U.S. military blasted combatants or civilians overseas with 72 bombs. That's 3 bombs every hour, 24 hours a day.
Now say that first part a little bit louder for the idiots in the back.
I'll do this here. In 2016, America dropped at least 26,171 bombs authorized by President Barack Obama. There you go. That's like, man. I don't understand. Hilariously, you know what? When you Google certain questions, AI doesn't answer.
That's why
Only
I
certain questions.
use the straight AI.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, that's even Googleable information right there. That right there is fucking Wikipedia-able.
Yeah. This is not hidden information, but that's just 2016.
Yeah.
So, like,
hi, STD. Hi, Vicky.
Did your parents vote for Trump because you're the bomb? What's up, Joey? I miss you. I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, I don't know. What I don't understand is, why do people think that, oh, well, if Hillary or Kamala did it, it would have been right, but because Trump did it, it's wrong? You're like, that doesn't make sense.
Not at all.
That, look, and the worst part is, hey, I don't agree with anyone dropping bombs on anyone. Period. Just that's it. Don't do that, okay? But in turn,
this is what got me, and what nobody wants to look back on.
Yeah.
And they touched on it, but I mean, they should realize, back in the day, like, Trump was opposed to Desert Storm.
Yes.
Trump was opposed to any kind of sand people conflict, period.
Yeah.
So for him to be like, all right, fuck it, we got to take them out, there had to be some shit popping off. Just like the one time Trump did have some shit bombed in his first presidency. It was another nuclear plant. It was wasn't it like in somewhere,
in the Balkans. Yeah.
And he leveled it real quick, real nice. I've seen pictures of the rest of the outside area. It was still fucking livable. So I mean, for him to fucking do that as anti fucking military, you had to have pushed the wrong fucking button. There had to have been something there.
Yeah. It's just confusing as to why people are like, oh, well, that's why. You're like, that's not a reason. You haven't communicated any information that says, oh, okay, I understand, and that's why we're doing it. There's nothing. None of this makes any sense.
And then, like, I seen a video, because a lot of the big thing. What if they retaliate? What if they retaliate? Oh, first of all, if you look up the statistics, and you take all their allies, if you take China, Russia, and Iran, all of them right there, and you add up their whole air force, it doesn't compare to the amount of fucking planes that we have.
I believe someone told me this, and I'm not sure. Joey might know just because he's a little more on the know with this. But like the number one air air capable thing is the U.S. That's the Air Force.
Right.
Number 2 is the Navy. Number 3 is the Army. So it's like we are the top 3 air forces in the world in one country. That's not like it's not. And fourth is probably National Guard. Let's be honest. Like it's not. So I don't know. It's very confusing when people are like, "What if they retaliate?" I'm like, they won't get here. You know why? Because they'll be having to dodge. Like, think of it this way: is let's say you have the greatest dogfighter in the universe. By the way, this weekend I finally saw Top Gun Maverick. Loved it. It was so good. Very enjoyable. We spend more on defense than the next 7 countries. It's probably up to 10, Joey. Probably up to 10. Like, I don't understand what people don't understand about just information. Like, hey, this is not okay. If they retaliate, yeah, that's going to be scary. That's why we have a military of this size. Why? Because we're doing a lot of both Canada and the US doing a lot of fuck shit in the world. A lot of fuck shit. Okay. Now, is it wrong? Is it right? That's not up to me. I don't make those decisions. Nobody asked me. Okay. What I do know is that if someone were to turn the tables and go, you know what? We're coming for you. All right. That's a mistake, but well within your right, because that's the world we live in. So
now that's the whole issue. Like, I didn't have a problem with the whole bombing, the whole anything that Trump did about the whole situation. If you look in the Constitution, he had all rights. He is the commander-in-chief of the military. Yeah. Now, to declare war, you must go through Congress. And there's workarounds on that too. But he did not declare war. He did military fucking exercises, I guess you would call. Now, the big problem, though, is what they were trying to get at is all this enriched uranium that Iran has. Yeah. That they obviously made there in the 3 plants that, were fucking taken out. It's a good thing that the plants were taken out. It's a very bad thing that they somehow knew to get that shit the fuck out of there before the places got bombed. So the fucking Iranians knew that they were going to get taken out.
Well, watch it. Okay, well, Joy's dropping comments here. Imagine Marco trying to do push-ups. That's the equivalent of losing a
I do quite a few push-ups, Joey.
The U.S. military has active duty troops stationed in nearly 170 countries around the world. Yes. Yeah. No, there's hey Patty. The crazy part is that I don't. Number one, when did loose lips sink ships stop being a thing? Are people retarded now? Like,
dude, there are fucking, and I mean, it was in all the past 4 administrations. There have been fucking leaks in the White House like you would not believe. Like, it's like the fucking media has fucking their own cameras in the White House. It's ridiculous. I mean, and it isn't just happening with Trump. It happened with Dirty Joe. It happened with Obama. It happened with fucking, the Clintons. HRC and those who shall not be named. Those ones right there. No leaks. No leaks at all. Bushes. No leaks.
It makes you wonder, right? Because I think about this and LOL, I got in trouble for posting on Facebook during their Iraq war. That was 14 years ago. That's been around for, I mean, that's my thing is this, okay? During HRC's shadow reign of the large home in Washington, D.C., okay? No leaks. Putin's Russia, there's no leaks, bro. And if there is, ooh, it gets tight and someone generationally disappears. Okay, so
you end up on a bench in a different country, unalive,
with no name, and you're like, I had a family. They're like, nah, you didn't. They're all gone, bro. Every one of them.
You might have one person left and be like, yeah, that was my dad, and then you don't hear from them no more.
Yeah, it's and that's that like. That's a thing in North Korea. Eh? So if you do something wrong, they will imprison you, your parents, and your grandparents, and your children. Like they go scorched earth kind of thing.
From what I hear, China is something similar. Like if you leave to America and you don't fucking come back, then they fucking fine or imprison your family or some shit like that.
No, it's not like that. It's so in China, it's more so that if you do something wrong, so it's essentially, so this is what's happened a few times, is that people have gotten large sums of money and then moved it to another country and bought properties, and then go, I'm not coming back. And then the government will pursue legal action against the families. Why? It's within their right. So, like, do I agree with it? No, but hey, man, it's not our laws. And realistically, if somebody defrauded you, you end up suing everybody attached to them as well. Everyone gets, because the same thing. Like if something happens, you sue the insurance, you sue the company, you sue the people, and whichever one sticks, it doesn't matter. Like that's the whole. You cast a big net and see who's dumb enough to get caught.
But what did they do wrong aside from leave?
They steal money. It's only so leaving is not a punishable offense. That's no longer a thing. That's a issue for like North Korea type shit. Nowhere else in the world gives a shit. Oh, you want to leave? There's the door. Go. Fuck off. It's when people do something questionable. That's when it's an issue. Meemaws, I'd like to milk. Happy 77th birthday, Justice Clarence Thomas. There you go. Is he the one that got gifted stuff a lot?
Supposedly, yeah.
Oh man. Honestly, this has to be the wildest time to be alive. Like, I feel like a lot of these kind of things didn't happen back, George Washington. There were rumors about people doing shit. Like it was just people were dying. It just sucked, No, there's nobody.
You leaked something back in George Washington days, you got hung. Or depending on what side of the world you were at, you might get guillotined.
I feel like so the more and more I learn about the guillotine, the more and more I find out some wild shit. Was apparently guillotine not very sharp. It wasn't.
No, not at all. Especially and people would beg to be first.
People. That's what I was gonna say. Was people would beg to be first just on the hope that it takes them out one shot, but it usually did not. Even the first one, just because you're like, this is the thing. Is the people don't understand this is that we're built very built with the idea that people are stupid. I think so. There are like 7 different things attaching every key component. So like your neck has a shit ton of not only little bones and stuff, but then it has a ton of tendons, a ton of muscles. They're all interdependent and they're meant to make sure it doesn't fall apart. Well, so when you turn good.
From what the research that I did, because oddly enough, I fell down the guillotine rabbit hole too.
It's a great hole. Great hole.
The neck vertebrae, your neck if that thing hits it the right way, it's like sticking a screwdriver in a fan. It just stops it right then and there. Now, if you think about it, physics wise and biological wise, all these idiots would have had to do was flip the body over. Instead of fucking cutting them with their face down, cut them with their face up. Then they cut everything, and the force from it slicing through at the last point will fucking crack the vertebrae.
Good. At least, well, listen, you'll most likely be dead if it breaks your vertebrae. You may not realize it. It may be done.
Right.
But if from the back, that is just okay. Hold on. Joey's like, a question for the panel: has anyone ever said, "I am about to give it to you, Meemaw," before sex? No, we're not that. Well, I don't know. What about you?
I haven't said Meemaw. I've said Momo. And I've said Nana.
Get the Voltaire and Emil gel, Meemaw. Things are going down.
Wasn't my Momo and wasn't my Nana. I think there might have even been a Mimi in there.
Hey, that's important. Approximately 3,000 people in North America are injured or killed by hammocks annually, according to the U.S. Bro, the amount of people that are killed because of vending machines is higher than a lot of things as well. Probably also, hey, more people are killed by cows than by sharks annually.
Well, I mean, that's just, how many idiots, well, there are quite a few, but not
There you
that
go.
many that's going to jump in the water with sharks. Um, you know, but you have plenty of idiots who want to go cow tipping,
Yeah.
mushroom fucking hunting, or
Yeah.
just want to go slap a fucking cow.
Well, and there was a lady a little while ago. There was a kid riding a horse.
How to milk a bull.
A lot. But there was a lady who actually got charged. There was a kid riding a horse. Like it was a bunch of people riding a horse, like they were in a horse thing. She walked up behind the horse and hit the horse.
Woo, bad idea.
The horse freaked out. The kid got hurt. Like the kid fell down from the horse and everything, but the thing freaked out, and it ended up that she got charged. And you're like, absolutely, fuck that bitch. Right?
With that fucking, like, you ever been kicked with a hoof?
No, I'm not that stupid, bro.
When I worked on the farm, man, I've been nicked by a hoof, and I was like, "Whoa!" What? It was like just being grazed by a baseball bat, dude, right in your calf.
Yeah,
dude. I watched this other chick, like it was the dude who owned the farm. He sublet like some of the stables out to other pedigree horses, and the lady came in to check on some of her horses, and this one horse just apparently didn't like this cunt. I mean, must have smelled cunt on her as soon as she came in. She opened up that fucking stall, dude. Went to fucking start brushing it. It looked at her. It looked at me. I put my head down. You just hear this ungodly scream. Dude, this thing just and it wasn't even like a full, like, I used to see in the fucking TV where they like it was just one leg. Pow! That bitch was to the ground, dude. Oh my god. Bro. And I just kept shoveling or pitchfork in the hay. Just,
yeah, no, you can't. Hey, you can't at that point. You can't fix stupid. It's done.
I'm just a farmhand. I don't know nothing about these horses. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, bro. Like I think a lot of people don't realize how low on the food chain humans are. Yeah, we are not like the key to our existence has been that we removed ourselves from the food chain by having homes. That's what we are behind closed doors so we can sleep. Not the same thing, I
mean, like people love it. The cows are so pretty and bulls. They're looking at stuff. They're so docile, nice, and horses. Yeah, that's all fun and games until you're in a pen with 20 of them.
Yeah.
And they don't know who the fuck you are. They don't give a fuck if you're Democrat, Republican, illegal, non-illegal. They're looking at you like, why are you in my shit?
Yeah.
Dude, there was like, like the farm I used to work at, the guy used to own another piece of land, and every twice a week we'd have to go drive down to the other piece of land. And these there were bulls and fucking cows, like huge, like Dino, like fucking minivan fucking huge fucking cows and bulls, and they would come out the fucking woods, dude. They'd hear the truck coming down the fucking thing, and it was just there's the only thing between you and them bulls is like this fucking little this rope. It's just a rope, and then we're out there feeding these motherfuckers, and they see you with the food, man.
Yeah,
dude, and they don't care about you. You are not the dominant species in there. You are not.
No, there's a joke. There's a street joke that I read every so often. I see it, and it's federal agent, land inspection, some whatever, goes to a farm, and he shows his badge. He walks up, goes, "I'm here to inspect your property." And the farmer's like, "Yeah, no problem. Just don't go into." Or I think it was a drug enforcement agency. What he was from. And the guy goes, "Listen, just don't go into that field over there. Stay out of that field." And the guy pulls out his badge and goes, "You see this badge? This badge, I can do whatever I damn well please. So don't tell me that I can't go into a plot. I'll go wherever I damn well please." No problem. Let's go right ahead. So sure enough, all of a sudden, half hour passes. He starts hearing yelling, looks out, and he sees the guy running through that pasture. Following him is the biggest, scariest fucking bull known to mankind. And he's running for his life. And the farmer just goes, "Hey, show him your badge." You're going, look, man, it has nothing to do with anyone. It's people thinking, well, I can do whatever I want. No, you can't. It's just not how life is.
I ran into something similar in real life.
Ooh.
At the shelter, we have this dog. Her name is Samantha. She's the oldest dog we've had there.
Okay.
She's probably just going to be there. She's real reactive. She only likes a few people. Thank goodness I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a beautiful, loving dog, but somebody abused the fuck out of her. So, I mean,
she's fucked up.
Sometimes it's like that. So she'll stay with us until it's her time.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had to, like I said, I'm one of the few that she tolerates.
Yeah.
Tolerates.
Mm-hmm.
I took her down to the vet. She had to get her shots. Now, the first vet, well, first of all, I told the girls when I went there, there can't be anybody in the lobby. There can't be any dogs in the lobby or whatever.
Yep.
Can you please, make sure it's clear when we come through. We'll wait outside until it's, time or whatever. We'll even just make sure, just for everybody's safety. Because 100%. They'll take it out on the dog. If they don't listen, it's automatically the dog's fault, and that's bullshit.
Right. You're right.
So, girl comes out and gets us all clear. No, the fuck it's not. There's a fucking lady holding a fucking dog over in the corner. There's a cat sitting up on it. Come on, Samantha. Come on. So I guided her through. No problem, luckily.
Okay.
Got her into the room. The first vet comes in. Young girl, very nice, very, smart. She knew what she was doing, everything. Nice. I was like, honey, it'd probably be better for you if I just, held her instead of trying to muzzle her or anything. She's cool. As long as I was holding Samantha, and she's a bigger dog.
Yeah.
But, as long as I was holding her, she was cool with this chick. Here comes this other cunt into the fucking room. Now, Samantha does not like being surrounded. 2 people, fine. And that's kind of iffy. 3 people, no. I told her she does not like being surrounded. Oh, it'll be fine. Okay. She was like, well, we're going to need you to put this muzzle on her. Honey, she'll be fine. You can do what you want to do. Give her shots. I'll hold her. Safer for everybody.
Yeah.
No, we'll need you to put the muzzle on her. Now, this is not the vet. This is the fucking tech. So, okay. I went to, to put Samantha down. Samantha does not like muzzles. I went to go put the muzzle on her. She gave me that little nip. I know the nip. Nip. I've been with her for fucking 5 years. I know the goddamn nip. Sammy, come on. She did the nip again. There is no third time with Sam. I looked at the girl. I was like, look, just let me hold her. No, we'll just take her in the back room and put the muzzle on her. This is our job. We know what we're doing. Honey, please, I'm letting you know. Dude, this is no exaggeration. The amount of times I've told this girl that just let me hold her. Her final words, this is our job, sir. We know what we're doing. Fine.
Okay.
So she gets Sam's leash, and Sam's like kind of pulling back a little bit, and I knew right there, dude, I wasn't. That door didn't close longer than 3 minutes. I heard, ah! You hear, go get him. Where's he at? Sam jumped up, bit her arm, bit her fucking face.
Holy shit, for real?
I told her. I fucking told her. And it was, and even the vet said, this is not going to go against her. This is not going to, this was not her fault.
No,
it's not her fault. And now she can't get her fucking her shots.
Bro. This is.
And what they did was they fucking surrounded her, and that cunt tried to fucking force that muzzle on her face.
Yeah. What did you expect? This the worst part is that
I'm thinking in her head, tell Samantha this is your job. You know what you're doing.
Show him the badge.
Show him the fucking badge.
This is the hard part where I'm frustrated because there's such a huge growing perspective of this idea of mansplaining, and you're like, so when a person, not a man, a person takes the time to explain something to you, they and if they dumb it down to really make sure you understand, that's not like, so it may sound condescending, it's not intended to be condescending. It's, I'm worried that this is going to work out, so I want to make sure you know all the information that I can provide in the easiest way possible. It's the same thing when people are like, oh, we're going to do this stuff. Okay, can you explain me how? Oh, we're just going to do it. That's not an explanation. That's no. I need to know the ins and outs so I understand. That way I can carry it out. It doesn't work that way, right? And people are like, well, I know what I'm doing. No, you don't. You don't.
Them fucking cops are at my house, man. You know, they want to search around it. I got a part that's a little bit slippery that goes by. I even told them, look, watch going down there. It's slippery. And
we know what we're doing.
Look, yeah, we know where to slip. Hey, look, I warned you. I don't want to hear shit. You're not getting hurt on my fucking property because you're doing fuck shit.
Oh.
So, what else? Anything else been going on just over the weekend?
I mean, not really. Yeah.
So, I'm sure he's not listening, but if he is, he'll know exactly that I'm talking about him. One of our mutual friends that leans way to the left, and is very one colored, we'll say. He sends me a video that says this is catching traction in the courts to make sure I keep up on it.
All right.
And it's video poll, some video of some polling data that Kamala Harris actually won. I'm sure you can figure out who I'm talking about.
Well, they're clearly gay. That's fine.
So
whatever.
I decided to look at it and I was like, well, yeah, I think because whether Trump won or not, I feel like it's always good to look into the elections. It's always good. It's always good. It keeps everybody honest. It keeps, it's always good. So, he sends me this and I'm looking it over and I'm like, well, yeah, I hope they do fucking look over the stats on it. And I hope they look over the stats from last year's election or the last election too.
Yes.
Both of them.
The magical 20 million people that just appeared out of nowhere. Ooh.
Right. So, and he's kind of throwing even though we all know he really cheated and all this other bull. Okay. So I left it alone because it was last night. I was fucking exhausted from the weekend. Left it alone. So this morning I just happened to do a little research. Yeah, the video he showed me was a what do they call? It was before the election, and it was like one of the mock-ups.
Oh, that's completely made up on every level.
Yes, and like I even found which TV station did it, and which it's in PA. It was from PA. It was all the way down to the channel. And I messaged him. I'm like, well, dude, I mean, and then, I looked up if there is any proof, evidence, anything going, any machines, anything trying to, because I'm actually advocating on his side, trying to find something. And no, all lies, conspiracy theories, no evidence of anything. I mean, you might have, if you maybe threw Elon under the bus somehow, some way, it could have been a little believable, but Elon wasn't even a part of what you were trying to push. So I mean,
it boggles my mind that people are like, oh, if my side does it, it's okay, but if your side does it, it's not okay. You're like, no, that's not what we are up for here. If someone's done something wrong, they should be punished.
Right.
If they've done something illegal, they should be punished.
I mean, if there's proof that Trump cheated, then fuck that. Get him the fuck out.
Don't cheat during an election, period. Right. I don't understand what people don't understand about that principle. That bothers me. Now, Joey just put between 2000 and 2020, there were 5 deaths reported in the U.S. related to ice cream associated outbreaks. What is an ice cream associated outbreak? I don't understand that, Joey. I need an explanation.
Probably peanuts.
Oh, then they didn't deserve life or happiness. Fuck them. It's fine. I this is like and Marco, I don't know if you feel the same way, because both of us have very strong opinions, but we're not arm in arm on everything.
Right,
We have
right.
different opinions. But my primary belief or my main stance is don't lie. Don't try and game the system. Just do it what's right. And if anything, just do your job. Do your job. As don't try and hide things, don't try and scam things. Just do your job as you're supposed to do for the goodness of mankind. If you are counting ballots and you purposefully invalidate certain ones or make up other ones, you're a bad person. You should go to jail. Period. Doesn't matter who it's for or, well, I had good intentions. No one gives a shit. Don't do bad shit.
Yeah, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Just like some of our friends who are aiding and abetting for good intentions.
I mean, like that's reckless, right?
The fact that you preach that you're doing it on fucking social media. I mean, you're in the thick of it, and you're fucking preaching that you're doing. You know, if I was doing some fuck shit like that, and take this as my boy, you're my boy. But as for what you're doing, I can't agree with it. And I hope you don't get caught. But I mean, you're talking about it, so I can talk about it.
It's one of those things where you're going, hey, you have to worry about yourself too, right? And listen, no question, I agree with people's right to protest.
Yes.
No question. I think that's an important part of a civilized society, being able to protest. And listen,
what we're seeing is not protesting, though, man. What we're seeing is not protesting at all.
No. It's I don't know how to describe it. But it's not. There's no clear, definitive fight. I remember when I was in high school. Okay, so this is over 30 years ago. Fuck. Okay. So when I was in high school, there was a meningitis outbreak.
I remember that. There was one out here too.
Yeah, and it happened quite a bit. And
the football players were getting it. A lot of the teenage football players.
No, that was herpes. No,
the herpes outbreak broke out when they hit their 20s.
Yeah. So, but in turn, the government said they're only going to vaccinate schools where people were affected, and people who I went to school with went and protested at City Hall until they changed it and said everyone in school is getting a meningitis shot, period. And you're going, perfect, thank you. Why? Hey, you're playing with our health and you're trying to do the minimum to try and maximize the thing. Only what you have to do instead of actually thinking about how people will be helped.
Now, bullshit. I wonder if that would have worked in reverse here. If like we're only giving COVID to the people who make over $30,000 or $40,000 a year, people will be having a fit. We want the shot. We want the shot.
Hey, so okay, hold on.
Why they get to have the shot? We don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Joey is pointing out. Hold on, this way. There we go. Joey is pointing out that what he was saying was with regards to people getting sick off of ice cream. Listen, if you can't handle ice cream, you don't deserve happiness. It's fine. Also,
born lactose intolerant. My mom gave her ice cream until she wasn't lactose intolerant anymore.
Hey, I know a person. Hey, I know a person who has actively defeated a peanut allergy, and there was a thing going all around how a woman was lactose intolerant, and she essentially just force-fed herself milk-based products for 2 weeks and stopped shitting her pants. You're going, so is it your diet or are you allergic? Like, let's calm down. But he does say, it's 90 degrees outside, so I'm taking the kiddos to get some ice cream. Joey, don't shit your pants. Or if you do, I expect a message.
Get a slushy, non-dairy.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I have to tell my wife. There's I just found out that they have 0 calorie slushies down the street from us because we
Oh,
went and
come
got
the fuck on, Dino. 0 calorie slushy. That's Kool-Aid on ice. Shut the. You can handle the
Hey.
3 calories that are in Kool-Aid.
No, it's it's not it's there's a lot of sugar and I can't handle it. That's man, I just got Diet Coke slushy. No, there's apparently, Victoria, there's a strawberry hibiscus zero. It's with aspartame. But where is this and when are we going?
Research on that shit. Bad
Well,
shit, dude.
I agree. Hey, and you know what? So I try and not do diet. Like I try not to drink pop in general unless I'm mixing it with something to get shit faced. But Victoria likes it, so I'm gonna try and get it for her. We're both fasting today, so
Always Coca-Cola.
you know about the yellow caps, right? Right.
I do now.
Yeah, I'm.
About it being kosher.
Yeah, which means it doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, it's Mexican fucking Coke.
Mexican Coke. Which, hey, so everyone, if you're listening, when you buy Coke, if it has a yellow cap on it, it's meant to signify that it's kosher. And that Coke has proper sugar. It's done with sugar cane as opposed to high fructose corn syrup. I mean, hey,
it's odd. Like, how many Jews are in Mexico? Like, cause you gotta have a rabbi. Some of that shit to be kosher. A rabbi gotta bless some of that. I don't know if it's for the drinks too, but I know for like the meat.
No, kosher doesn't mean it's been blessed. It's how it's processed. Halal, I believe, is blessed, but I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Now I have to Google it, and that's gonna be on my Google. Thanks a lot, Marco. You bastard. Is kosher blessed? No, kosher food is not blessed by a rabbi to make it kosher. The term kosher refers to food that meets a specific dietary laws derived from Jewish scripture. So yeah, whereas halal here, halal versus kosher. Yeah. It's halal and kosher are dietary laws. Yeah, so formed by any so kosher slaughter. This is when it comes to food. So a lot of kosher stuff is about food not mixing certain ways and things being combined, which is weird, but whatever. Kosher slaughter, though, requires a trained Jewish slaughterer named a shochet, while halal slaughter can be performed by any qualified Muslim. Isn't specific, but in essence, halal and kosher dietary laws share the foundation of ethical and ritual slaughter, but kosher laws are more prescriptive and restrictive regarding animal types, combination of foods, and the need for rabbinical supervision. Doesn't make any sense.
Rabbinical supervision. That's a rabbi. So you gotta have
a
priest there.
So kosher law requires rabbinical supervision of the slaughtering process, while halal does not. So that's only for killing animals, not for producing.
Yeah, not for the pop.
Yeah, not for everything, but only for the murder. You require the highest form of holy man. There, now you know.
So
yeah,
on the ass end of this,
all right.
Being that we've seen all this going on with the bombings of the litter box.
Yes.
Do you think that well, there's two things here. Do you think one, this is like this kind of shows Russia that this could be done quick and easy, in and out, and what's anybody gonna do about it? I mean, because you know damn well the Kremlin is watching. Definitely. You know it. They're watching and laughing their ass off. Because I don't think Putin gives a fuck about that. And they got nothing going on with Iran, really. You know, they're mostly, from what I did research on when I was doing Venezuela, you know, Russia got a lot to do with South America. and the gold down there. Because they were pretty much giving the Russians their gold to take their oil.
Yes.
Because there's so much of it is ruining the environment. They had oil derricks that were up and running back in the 80s, but that are abandoned now, and they're just spewing oil into the fucking ecosystem.
Yeah. This is the I see. Listen, number one, the Russians are always watching. It does not matter where you are; they see everything. Okay. Same with China; they see it all. America sees too much.
And they're all using German technology.
All of them. Okay. This is from the Cold War, my friend. But that's the thing, is that there are so many countries that have resources that are still poor for no fucking reason, right? This is why, like, look, Canada has a shit ton of natural resources. The United States also has a shit ton of natural resources, right? We have very fertile. Thank you very much. Very fertile land, and that's worked out to our benefit. But because of the mismanagement of various aspects of our economies, we have been told that we are poor. This is not the case. And it's the same thing. And if you go to Europe, there are, like, look, this happened in World War II, and a lot of people forget is that during World War II, Greece was occupied, and a lot of the supply chains that went to islands fell apart because of the war. And the concern was that people on islands were then starving. So they did an investigation afterward, and they actually found that people on islands became fatter. Why? Because they were resourceful and they used what they had available and ate that. And this is the thing, is that if you are put into a circumstance, right, where you have to rely on your own resources, you will either find a way or you will not. That is realistically how things work.
Jeff Goldblum said, life finds a way.
It finds a way. So that comes down to the human spirit or will or whatever you want to call it. But in actuality, it is what sets us apart from the animal kingdom at this point, right? Is our resourcefulness, our ability to adapt, and all that kind of stuff. Right? We're so strong we can't even get one-shotted with a guillotine. Nice and tough in the back. That's just. But that's one of those things that we have to realize, is that you and this goes back to so much other stuff where you're going, hey, have you ever eaten an entire bag of potato chips and then going, I kind of want something a little less? Motherfucker, you just ate 3,000 calories of potatoes. You're good. You don't need shit. Okay. But that's the problem, is when you feed yourself garbage, in turn your body's like, I love garbage, and you're like, that's not helpful. So, and we don't realize how far we've fallen from that. But who knows? What do I know? Everyone needs a bag of potato chips. Yeah, no, that's not true, Victoria, and you know it.
Okay. So I guess that the other part of this, I hear a lot of these libtards fucking whining about, is now that there's going to be sleeper cells activated in the United States.
I saw that.
Now, generally, the ones that come in and do fuck shit like that don't have papers. They come here illegally. And you fuckwits let a shit ton of... See, everybody thinks, oh, you let in illegals, they're Mexican. No, you're racist fucking bitches. They're not all Hispanics.
No.
Fuckers. No. There are plenty of Asians. There are plenty of sand people. There are plenty of people from all over the world, even the click-clack people. You let them in. Quit bitching about shit that you let in. And then you don't want to send them away.
Okay, click-clack people was too far. That's 100% too far, okay? No, but but this is the thing, is that that statement, I think, was meant to be inflammatory on purpose, because now you have every dipshit who's like, all the foreigners are bad, and you're like, fucking, you're not helping. You're not helping.
No, not at all.
So, and this is where I'm having a hard time connecting those dots. Is that, isn't it weird that someone would say to the public, "Oh well, our secret people are now active." That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Is like, we have a secret, and once they hear this, they'll know to act.
Hey, Habib, bro, you just tell them about the Winter Soldier.
Like the amount of people you have now put at risk by your stupidity is alarming, to say the least. And the fact that people are like, well, that's how it works. You're like, no, it doesn't. That's not how anything works. You are absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, if you look at it from the other side, you got to have a better strategy. You got to, if you're going to try to even do anything towards another fucking country that's obviously 1,000 times more of a superpower than you, you got to at least have some kind of plan, some kind of, like, everybody knows in the world, you know, we deal, I don't think it's as bad as everybody says it is, but we deal with, you know, the racism issue here in America. We deal with the hate crime issue here in America. We deal with our kids just shooting up schools here in America. We deal with, you know, just random murders, like serial killers. You don't hear about serial killers too many other. You know, the last serial killer I heard about in Europe was Jack the Ripper. You know, I mean, we have them here, and it's like every day. You know, you guys might have 2 or 3 murders a month. We have 2 or 3 murders a fucking hour here. Like, and that's in one particular state. So, I mean, to say, hey, we got sleeper cells, now you got to know that you just enacted every fucking racist, every fucking hate crime person who's been waiting to take a baseball bat to a brown person. And you said, hey, you got a target on you now, tag.
Yeah, like that is so heinously irresponsible that, like, what did you, like, it's one of those things where people do shit and you're like, oh, that was stupid. That was very stupid. And then they double down and you're going, all right, well, you get what you deserve then. I don't know.
And the fact that, you know, we didn't bomb any real populated areas. We didn't, you know, even Trump said, you know, everything, the most damage was done underground.
Yeah.
So, you know, they hit, you know, I think there was 2 underground ones and 1 above ground. Yeah. There's not very many casualties, took out what we needed to take out, and got the fuck out. Yeah. And then, you know, the idiots out here, oh, he lied to everybody. He said he was going to give them 2 weeks. Yeah, you don't tell them what the fuck you're doing. The fuck is wrong with you? And I could never understand it throughout my whole life. Why the fuck are you telling the enemy what the fuck you're doing on TV? They even make fun of it in movies. You know, we're going to find out what we're going to, we'll put CNN on. We'll find out what the next move is.
Is that not, like, that's the wildest shit about it, is you're going, why would you broadcast what the military is doing? Like,
that's fucking,
like, hey, your responsibility is to tell what happens after the fact. And you know what? Like, I feel like journalism is a key to accountability afterward, and to uncovering things that have been wrongfully kept secret. Well, things that have wrongfully been kept secret. That's exactly what journalists are for. But telling what we're doing in advance, you're like,
the problem. You don't even know it.
It's treasonous in actuality. Like, telling what the military is going to do is, number one, you're risking your own people issue. Number two, you know, that's not your job. Like, that's not, like,
I mean, even here in the States, if you work for Disney and you leak out a fucking 20 minutes of a Marvel movie, they will hunt you down. They will fucking come to your door, come knocking at your door. You will be fine, dude.
Look, as somebody who loves toys, I'm not sure if you heard about this, was a content creator was sent a bunch of toys that hadn't been released. I believe it was from Hasbro. And when he got it, he was like, holy shit, He told them, hey, was I supposed to receive this? Okay. Hey, within days, a SWAT team raided his house to take that product back. For toys, to be very clear, for toys.
A fucking SWAT team.
Yeah. So, and remember, those were toys for a public company that sent them to him in error. Right. So, if that is happening, like, why would you be telling in advance? Like we're aggressive on so many levels for things that's like, okay, if you're going to put everyone at risk, you're the problem. What makes you think that you don't have a target on your head now too? Like, that's irresponsible. It's not, I don't know. It's very confusing. Like, I understand the desire to be first, but it's you can't be a propaganda machine and a freedom fighter all at the same time. You have to pick a lane, and that's just how it is.
I don't know, a lot of the freedom fighters got their own propaganda. I totally see what you're saying, but
I don't think you can do both. I really don't. Like, not in, at least not in the way that it's being executed.
So on our last 4 minutes,
yes,
I gotta ask you.
All right.
I tried to listen to some of your podcasts yesterday.
No.
Your generation did.
So it was good for the first half hour or so. And then things got a little,
I gotta know if you were schooled on the tranny oppression of the 80s. Because I mean, there weren't as many as there are now, but I don't remember there were any fucking oppression. There was no oppression, like oppression. Really, oppression?
Well, it's I'm not sure if you've seen this. There's a picture of it's a reporter, journalist, I don't know, who's now become not as retarded, and put a Target sticker on her own forehead and said, this is what it's like to be a woman, kind of thing. And the first comment was like, yeah, you put a sticker on your own head and now you want sympathy. That's insane, right? So
that's exactly what a woman would do.
That's exactly what yeah. So in the same sense, a lot of people are like, I'm so oppressed. Be like, hey, you showed your wiener to a bunch of kids. You're not oppressed. You're an idiot, right? Yeah, and the whole idea is people are like, well, I just want to live my life. You are welcome to live your own life in your own privacy, and you can do whatever you'd like. People do all sorts of weird shit in their own home. However, when you expose that private, intimate moments to the world, you no longer, it's the same thing like this. Once we've said it, it's interpretable as how everyone pleases, right? Right. But if you keep it private, then it's yours to deal with. If you expose it, then it's everyone else's way. So
nobody's fucking business. What the fuck you doing? I mean, and even as generations went on and people got freakier and freakier, there are clubs for that. I know. I've been to quite a few of them. There are clubs for whatever the fuck you want to do. That shit don't need to be out in the streets. Yes. And nobody said all of them are diddling people, but all of them are trying to push this fuck mentality on everybody.
Right. And that's where, it's important that, if you're doing something wrong, people will call you out on it. If you want to be private, then be private. But you can't expect to kind of throw it out to the populace and then dictate how they're going to respond to it. That's not how life works. I wish it was, because I could take advantage of that, but that's not the case. It's not, you can't walk into a room and be like, I'm the best looking here and you must all agree or else you're a piece of shit. You're like, that's not how that works. It's just not, right? But I can take the time to dress up and, fix myself up, and I go somewhere and people, hey, you're looking good. Thanks, I appreciate that. But I can't,
Here's a question for you.
All right.
So if you walk in a room and you look better than everybody else, and everybody else is the piece of shit, then technically you're the odd man in there, and you are the one that looks like a piece of shit because everybody else looks the same.
I mean, most rooms I go into, I'm the prettiest person, Marco. Let's be honest. So it's fine with me. I've learned to deal with it.
One of them paradoxes.
That's it, right? I'm the odd man out. It's the same thing when I walk into a room and everyone's short and they're like, "Oh, you're huge," and I'm like, "No, you guys are just small." It's not the same thing, right? So
it's like that. What was it that movie that fucking Will Smith redid? The Omega Man and I Am Legend. You know, those were supposed to be the same fucking movies.
Yeah.
But the whole premise of it all is at the end of the Omega Man, he realized that everybody else were zombies. That he was the only one that wasn't the zombie. So technically, he was the odd one, and he's killing just random people trying to live their life.
Yeah. And then you're like, fuck, bro, you're a piece of shit. Like that's the thing. So Victoria makes a point. I feel like influencers do that. I am the prettiest. You must agree. Otherwise, you're a racist. Hey, like that's it's the same thing when I wear.
If you carry his DNA for so many years, that racist thing don't count.
But that's
how many years have you guys been married?
10.
Yeah, that's a decade's worth of fucking DNA. Yeah, you're fucking at least a quarter Dino.
That's, I mean, hey, but that's influencers are crazy because they're like, if you don't agree, you're racist. And you're like, that's not cool. That's not accurate, right? It's like that idea is crazy. Even have you seen? There's a picture of a woman wearing what looks like a I guess plastic dress, but it's the same color as like American cheese on a burger. So it looks like a melted piece of cheese. She's so fat and so skin tight. You're like, it looks like melted cheese. Like you got a problem. Like, and she's like, I'm gorgeous. You're like, you look like the cheese on a Big Mac. Let's calm down. You know, we should watch I Am Legend again with that mentality. Will Smith is the outlier and killing the killer of zombie species. That's 100% accurate.
Well, I mean, if you read the book, like the Omega Man book, like the whole thing that it's all, based on, that's exactly what it was. Like, he found out that he was the odd man out.
There's a few stories about that. Like, if everyone in the world had Down syndrome and then someone was born without Down syndrome, like they would be persecuted for being too smart. So
they would be the one to have, like, it would be up syndrome.
They're the problem. So, and the funny thing is that people would
ups.
Well, people would line up to get their shoelaces tied and like weird shit like that, and you're going like, it's a fucked up perspective on things. But
you think that they would be like the ups would be slaves to the downs?
That's what ended up happening. Like, yeah, he had to do all the hard and like and the it comes down to perspective, right? Like if you are fighting for your freedom, you don't think you're the bad guy. But the people who are, suffer the consequences of your actions will think you are the bad guy. It's just,
dude, you could like that could open its own fucking rabbit hole, man. Because then would they force the ups to breed to make more ups, and then if they toss it, like if they catch a downs, would they toss them like Spartans?
Well, okay, Victoria makes a good point. Isn't that the plot of Idiocracy? Bro, I've watched Idiocracy and I got through the first like 10 minutes and I was like, I can't watch this anymore. It's too accurate and I couldn't handle it. I turned it off.
I've watched it before. I might have.
It's jarring. Hey, and remember, in that movie, the guy who was doing the costume design was like, okay, I got to find the dumbest shoes possible that no one will ever wear. And he landed on Crocs. Everyone wore Crocs because they're the dumb. He goes, no one will ever. And then they took off, and he's like, "This is the end. This is how it all falls apart." You're like, "That Crocs. Crocs are the reason." It's crazy. It's a wild thing. But,
dude, I've been wearing Crocs before they were cool.
Yeah, probably because
when they were bootlegging them at the flea market.
You can wear them in the comfort of your own home. Hey, by all means. But as soon as you come out of the house with that shit, I'm gonna make fun of you. That's just how it is. I've seen people who had little lights on the front.
Dude. I know the spot. I haven't been out there in a while, but when I go back out there, I'm getting you a cold pair of Crocs.
No,
The
Hey, don't do-
tackiest fucking Crocs there. And the bad thing is once you slip your foot in, you're like, oh fuck, I hate you. I'm gonna wear these all the time now.
You know what? I might get them for yard work, but that's just
No,
because-
you don't fucking do yard work in Crocs. You'll bust a fucking ankle. As soon as the sweat hits the bottom of your foot,
Oh, is it?
yeah, dude.
I gotta find some.
Don't do yard work in fucking Crocs. You know, you do some light strolling. You stroll the mall. You stroll the flea market. You know, you lounge around the house. Even if you got a nice pair, you go to the fucking bar in them. You know,
Hey, you wouldn't catch me outside of the house wearing Crocs. Victoria says I do
Crocs yesterday.
Victoria says I do yard work in the Yeezy sandals. Yeah, that's ta-da. Just one of those things.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'm sorry, but you're Asian. You guys are used to wearing fucked up shit on your feet in the race pack.
Oh,
you know, fucking Scorpion's fucking kunai was a goddamn gardening tool.
There was a solid 3 minutes where Victoria was like, Marco seems nice. He's a little rash, but he's nice. Not anymore. Now she's like, fuck that guy. That's fine. Now we know the truth. That's fine.
Shit, Vicky's a survivor. Chinese don't keep very many women.
Anyways, hey, what's up, Serge? How you doing, buddy?
And she said I was fucking accurate.
Yeah, well, that doesn't say you're a good person. That's okay. That's
no, nobody ever said I don't even say I'm a good person. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fair. That's touche. Speaking of good people, tonight we have Life of Giants at 8 p.m. And the topic, which I found out who the quote is from, it's John Lyly, 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 Lily, maybe. It's all is fair in love and war. Serge, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I messaged you on Discord, so hope you're okay, buddy. It's nice seeing you. I'm glad you're well. But yeah, so that's happening tonight.
Check us out tonight. Life of Giants. Wednesday, we got what the fuck Wednesday. Thursday, we got mental health.
Yep.
Got a topic for mental health yet?
No.
Nope.
No, nothing yet.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, like at this point, it's just a dart on a dartboard. Just pick something. It's all fucked. So
here's something to think about since it's this month.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard another comedian. I'll recall what I think maybe it was Dave Ruggiero. Not quite sure. If I find out whose joke it is, I will definitely give him his props. This is not my shit, but it's very inquisitive of him. So this month is Pride Month, correct?
Correct.
And it's also Men's Mental Health Month, correct?
Correct.
So basically, it's saying that if a man talks about his feelings, he's gay.
I mean, traditionally, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So something to just end the show on. Again, not that joke.
Perfect. That's how that works, everyone.
All right, be good to each other. We'll see you tonight. What, 9 or 9:30?
8.
8 o'clock. I'm about to have a heat stroke in my fucking studio, man.
That's fair. Fair. That's why I'm in the basement. It's nice and cool and dark. I look better. It's great.
All right, guys. See you tonight. Be good to each other.
Later.
So what the fuck?